Alrighty, sixth grade. Let's get back to it here with another video from Mr. Gavin. I know you guys love these videos. Love making them for you. Please continue to watch these. They're beneficial on completing the assignments the right way. Today we are focusing on, I know there's a lot on this page, but down here on the bottom where it says context clues. Okay? We often stumble upon a word when we're reading that we don't know what it means, right? And that word can have some huge significance on figuring out what the author is exactly trying to tell us or say in that sentence. Okay, it happens all the time when I'm reading, right? I stumble upon a word and I don't know what it means. If I think it means the wrong thing, that can change the entirety of the point that is trying to get across in the sentence. Okay, so we're going to use context clues. Okay, context clues are just surrounding words. So words that surround the word that we are confused about to help us figure out what exactly that word means. All right. So pretty much they're clues in a sentence, an investigation. Pretty much you're like CSI. You're trying to figure out what that word means. Funny little picture here for you. You know, it's like a CSI board. Maybe the FBI trying to figure out a scene or an investigation, right? Trying to piece all of the clues together. That's exactly what we're doing here, is piecing all the clues together that surround that word to figure out what it means. All right, we're moving on here. Let me get this screen a little bit bigger so you guys can see the entire thing. Give me 1 second to figure it out here. Hopefully I can move it up here for you guys. There we go. Okay, so really we're just guessing the meaning of an unfamiliar word. Okay, sometimes when we're reading, and it happens to me every single day when I'm reading something, we don't know what a word means. What do? We can't just give up and move on, because that word can be pretty important on figuring out what is going on in the story or the article, okay, or anything that we are reading. We can't just skip over that word. So just like a detective, we have to use clues. There are words or phrases around unfamiliar words that help us understand the meaning of a word. Okay, they could be before that word, they could be after, it could be the sentence before, it could be the sentence after. Those words that we do understand can help us lead us to figure out the word that we are unfamiliar with. Okay, and all of these words surrounding those words are called context clues. Okay, learning how to use these clues can help you understand the meaning of the word, help us to understand the reading in general, improve our vocabulary is definitely one, and save us from using Google or the dictionary. Every time you're reading something and you don't understand the word, you don't want to have to go Google it and figure out what it means, although that's a great idea, okay, but that takes time. We can use those words around us to help figure out what's going on. Okay, we use context clues all the time. We make guesses based on information we know. All right, you guys do it every single day. It does not have to be something you are necessarily reading. Okay, it could be a story someone is telling you. You're trying to figure out what's going on. You use those subtle clues to help you figure out what's going on in their story, correct? So we're going to have some examples here for you guys. Okay, a hop, skip, and a jump. Who am I? I'll tell you about the career I chose. It definitely keeps me on my toes. Okay, so we're going to read this short passage and trying to figure out what exactly it is describing here. These are all context clues. I've been practicing since a very young age. Now I travel around and perform on stage. So we know it's someone that performs something on stage, right? It could be a musician, a magician. It could be someone who does some sort of dancing, or maybe they're an actor in a play. We don't know yet, but we're using this context clue to help narrow it down. I'm graceful and pretty, but I'm also real strong. My body is thin and my legs are quite long. Okay, so it's someone that's dressed up nice and pretty. They have to be pretty strong to perform this act on stage. They're usually of thin in the body and their legs are long, is what we know. I often wear pink and love satin and lace. Watch me twirl, flit, and flutter all over the place. here are some great context clues to figure out who my person is, right? So they wear pink. That sparks something in my head. Maybe I'm not familiar with satin or lace, so I keep on going. Watch me twirl. That right there sparks something in my head. Okay, I know all you guys want to take a guess out there. You probably have it in your head, but I'm going to go with a ballerina. Okay, a ballerina. It doesn't say that they're a ballerina in here, but here are the context clues leading me to think that. And there we go. I am correct. No, I did not look at this before. Maybe I did because I made it. But hopefully you guessed it right. Ballerina. Okay. I know we can't see the entire screen here. Oh, and I gave it away, right? It's a fireman. It's a hot shot. Sorry, my screen doesn't record the entire thing. Okay. But if we just look at this second one right here, when I'm summoned to duty, I'm often alarmed. Still, I help lots of people stay safe and unharmed. I wear a cool hat and a raincoat and boots, which I'd much rather wear than some stuffy old suits, okay? All those lead me to thinking down. How about this last one right here? My truck makes loud noises when I drive down the street. From those context clues, we don't even have to read the whole thing. We should know I'm talking about a fireman, right? All right, and how about a pipe dream? Who am I? We're going to start right here. I carry a big toolbox and my name is on my chest. That's so I can advertise that my skills are the best. So if there's a hair stuck in your drain or your toilet's overflowing or if your pipes are frozen or your basement walls are bowing, this is a big one, okay? If you have something wrong, a toilet, something's leaking in your house, who do you call? Yeah, the plumber, right? Okay. There's just some examples on some context clues and how they can lead us to figuring out things. Okay, we're going to skip that last one because I think you guys get the point. All right. Context clues are words that say stop. Don't touch that dictionary. The definition of the word you don't know is right here in the text. Okay, we have to be better about using those surrounding words to figure out the word we do not understand. Okay, here's your definition for context clues right here. Information a reader can get from reading that helps show what a word or group of word means. Okay, so it's pretty much think of it like a mystery. You don't know what the word means, use those clues around it to help figure out the meaning of that particular word. Here we go. There's some different examples of context clues. Okay, if I look off to my left here, my first one is helping words or punctuation, right? Mary was furious or angry at her brother. So let's say I don't know what the word furious means. If I look at the words around it, it says or angry. I must know that furious must have something to do with being angry. Okay? How about the opposite or same meaning, right? Antonyms. You know, familiar with that word? Antonyms meaning the opposite of a word. Okay, we also have synonyms, meaning the same, right? So the same meaning. Mary's cat looks tame when sleeping, but wild when awake. Okay, so maybe we don't know what this word tame means. Okay, so I'm going to use these words around it to help me out. Mary's cat looks tame when sleeping, but wild when awake. So I know that the cat is wild when it's awake, but when it's sleeping, do we think it's wild? No, the opposite of wild, right, would be probably pretty calm and relaxed. So that's what tame means. All right, we're going to take a look at one more. Okay, your own experience. When Mary's dog died, she was filled with grief. You know that if the dog died, you would feel sad, right? Okay, so you're just using your own experience there. Okay, so we might not understand what the word grief means. Okay, but usually when someone's dog dies or you guys have your own dog die, you're pretty sad about it. Okay, so we can take from our own experience of knowing when a pet dies how we feel that the word grief probably means sad, correct? All right, so go through and take a look at this PowerPoint. I have the entire PowerPoint posted for you guys. Go through and take some notes on that to help you with your vocabulary today. Okay, when you write your sentences for vocabulary today, you're going to need to supply context clues, okay, in order to get full credit. in your sentences. All right, so there's your lesson on context clues today. I'll see you shortly. You can review this video as many times as you need. Okay, if there's something that you were confused about that I said, okay, you can pause it, rewind it, take notes. All that is available to you. See you soon, 6th grade.